Okay, what's good YouTube? It's Boardsy, and in this video I'm going to be doing an Artisan Mousepad roundup. As you can see, I have them all stacked up on top of each other. I have the slowest pad on top and the fastest pad on the bottom. And real quick, I'm just gonna do a little quick mini review of the pads. I'm not gonna try to get too carried away. And I'm gonna compare them to some other popular pads that you guys might know, and then I'm gonna give my opinions on which ones I like the most, which ones I think you should buy, and then I'm gonna do a fucking website tutorial for all of the retards who don't know how to buy an Artisan pad. So at the top, we have the slowest pad, which is the Artisan Zero. I recommend this pad a lot. If you are used to a QCK, you think you're going to struggle to get used to anything that isn't a QCK, or any shitty cloth pads, really, like a Glorious Pad HyperX, the Razor pads, just get the Artisan Zero. It is the perfect version of what you want. It's going to look a bit faster considering it's stacked up on top of all of the other pads, but it's not too fast. It is a it's not slow. It's very in the middle. I'd say it's a bit faster than what a GSRC is supposed to be like, but it doesn't have a coating, and it's not going to wear down, and it isn't affected by humidity. All Artisan pads are not affected by humidity or temperature. That is fucking huge, and you might not even know it. So all of my pads are in the XL size. I would recommend these. These are more than enough room. They are honestly huge. You don't need a full desk pad. Get over yourself. Your sense isn't that low. And if it is, you're probably shit at whatever game you play. So the XL is going to be more than big enough. If you are on a higher sense and you want to save some money, go with a large. But yeah. Also, make sure to get the FX edition. I'll get into that when I do the website tutorial. But yeah, the Zero is basically just a perfect cloth pad, has a ton of stopping power, but low static friction, and it's not going to be affected by the environment, which is basically unique to the Zero for like cloth-like pads. So now I'm going to rip that off, and now we're at the Artisan Hayates. I don't recommend this mouse pad. Nothing's wrong with it. It's a perfectly fine mouse pad. One of my favorite textures and surfaces. It just feels fluffy like a cloud, but it has shit durability. Everybody says that their copy wears down within like 6 to 8 months, and that shit is not cool. Do not spend like $60 on a mousepad that's going to wear down that fast. Yes, it does feel like a cloud, and you can have an orgasm just from touching it with your wrist, but no, it is not worth sacrificing the durability and your hard-earned money to get this mousepad. So the Hayates, it's a bit faster than the Zero. And overall, just a no-no because of that durability. But it is a fantastic mousepad, and I don't know, I just love, like, when you're playing on it, just the way your arm rests on it, you're like, wow, this is a $60 mousepad. But unless you're like a mousepad enthusiast and you're getting Artisan, I would not recommend buying it. Okay, here we have the hien. You guys probably already know this is my favorite mousepad by far, not even close. It is. Right once I started using it and got used to it, I was like, wow, this is the best mousepad on the market right now. It is built to last. It's going to last like at basically as long as the cloth lasts, which is going to be a very long time. Uh, it does have a sort of rough feeling, but it's not like rough. Like doing this doesn't hurt me, if that makes sense. And the glide, it is a bit like, it's not fast, but it's definitely on the faster side. Say it's like a quick pad, maybe even a bit faster than quick, maybe like speedy, but I wouldn't outright call it a fast pad because it has a ton of stopping power. You can stop on a T, especially with the soft. I'll get into like what hardness you should get later, but if you get a hien soft FX XL, this mousepad, I could recommend it to anybody. You could be like a physically disabled toddler. You might come up to me like, what mousepad should I get? The Artisan Hine. It is just it's just one of those pads that when you use it, you know that you're going to perform well in it. It just artificially inflates your aim because you just get so much confidence while swiping your mouse around on it. Some retards complain about an X and Y difference. It doesn't exist. Maybe it does on the mid, but on the soft, there is no noticeable X and Y difference. I've tried it with every type of mouse feet, so I don't know. I don't have any fucking problems with it, and you won't either. This is my most recommended mousepad. Has the Boardsy seal of approval. I gave it like a 9.5 or a 10 out of 10. Like, trust me, this mousepad is something else. It's just like, it's on the faster end of the spectrum, like I said before, but it's not too fast for anybody. And unless you're seriously a bitch, your skin, it shouldn't be too rough. Now I have the Raiden. This is one of my more liked artisan pads because it is very fast, and it also is built to last. Holy shit, that rhymed. Off the fucking dome. So yeah, it's really fast, as you can see. It still does have a good bit of stopping power, but unless you actually have good mouse control, like let's say you haven't been using a mud pad, instead you've been using something fast, you could probably get adjusted to the Raiden. But another thing with the Raiden, it is very soft and silky smooth, kind of like how I imagine a spider web would feel if it turned into a mouse pad. The problem with the Raiden is that it causes spinouts with some sensors. I use the Cone Pure Ultra a lot. It's one of my favorite mice now that I have modded it, and the sensor does occasionally spin out. I've tried to recalibrate it. I've used the very low setting, the low setting. It doesn't matter. The fucking Raiden is too powerful. It causes spinouts. With 3389s, it does also occasionally cause spinouts. However, it's like not horrible. It's definitely usable. But with anything 3310 or below, first off, get a new mouse. But second off, it is going to be unusable. So the Raiden has a very silky smooth surface. It's going to last you a very long time, very fast, so nice to use, but it causes spinouts. And for that reason, I don't hard recommend it because it is just such an inconvenience that some people just are going to be like, oh, Bornsey, why'd you recommend me a mouse pad? And it's just not worth the time. You know if this pad is going to be good for you. Also, it is cheap. It's on the cheaper end of artisan pads along with the hien and the Zero. And now, last but not least, the thumbnail god itself, the Artisan Shining Kai. This is probably the coolest looking artisan pad outside of maybe like a wine red hien. This is the strawberry milk color, and the Shining Kai is fast. And you might be like, with such great speed. Oh, fuck. My mouse almost fell off the desk. My bad. I forgot what I was saying. It's really fast. It is also very smooth. It's also cold. Like, this pad definitely does get cold. It doesn't get affected by the temperature. Like, the glide doesn't change. But it can be very nice on your arm after a hot day of gaming, switching to the Shidenkai and then having a cool feeling on your arm. And I'm not going to lie, the Shidenkai, unless you're just getting it to like fuck around and try it, I wouldn't recommend it. There's no reason to main this mousepad. Shidenkai mains are depressed. They are a historically depressed group of people because it is going to cost you like $180 a year to use this mousepad as your main. And does it offer insane performance? Yes. Is it one of the most unique mousepads on the market? Yes. But is it worth $180 a year? Maybe. Maybe if you're like a pro gamer who can literally only use the Shidenkai, this person doesn't exist, then get it. But for most people, if you do want a super fast artisan pad, a Raiden Mid should suffice. This is a Shinkai Mid, by the way. It's only available in X Soft and Mid has better durability. However, it still doesn't have good durability. Mine is already starting to wear down a little bit. Obviously, it still has a good bit of its glide, but compared to the individual review I did of the Shidenkai, it is not as fast. Also, I do have individual reviews of all of these mousepads posted, so if you're like, oh, you didn't go into depth enough about whatever, just watch the full video where I do. So, yeah, that's going to be all, and now we're going to go to the website. Okay, here we are. This is where you're first at when you get to the Artisan website. You might be like, wow, it's in Japanese. I cannot navigate this. Good thing they have a huge button that says English that most people could see who have eyes. Okay, so fucking open. Okay, so now we're going to go to the FX series. The Classic series, don't get it. The RM series doesn't exist. ACC, fuck is that? Okay, so go to FX series. Hayate, Hayate, Atsu, Hayate, Ku. No, ignore these. Hien, epic. So now we're going to go to the hien, and we're going to pick XL. Let's go with that. And it says XL/X Soft is sold out. A lot of retards, right, once they get to here, they're going to be like, oh, Bornsey, the hien sold out. No. Then you're going to go to Soft, and you'll see that it is actually in stock right now. An Artisan Hien is in stock right now in Wine Red. So at the time of me posting this video, let's say you see this, you're a part of the notification gang, go get yourself a hien. You will not fucking regret it. I'm pretty sure hien's the only thing in stock right now. Also, so a good rule of thumb for Artisan, if soft is available, get soft. Okay, yeah, so the Zero is sold out. Tragic. Is the Raiden sold out as well? Basically, all I'm going to say, if you're in the mousepad market for one mousepad to use for a long time, get either the Hien or the Zero. Currently, oh wait, no way, the Raiden's in stock as well. Fucking pog. So yeah, right now you can get the Hien or the Raiden for like $60 shipped to the United States, and these mousepads are going to last you for years to come. Truly one of the best purchases you can make. After using Artisan mousepads for the past few months, basically exclusively, aside from like some little mini reviews and shit, these mousepads are the best that the world has to offer, and I can say that with 100% certainty. And yeah, I feel like that's a good way to end this video. My experience with Artisan has been second to none, and I doubt I'll really ever make a mousepad from a company that isn't Artisan. It seems like I'm shilling it, but until you try it, you just wouldn't understand. Peace out.